Avail started, there was another singer, and I was actually a drummer, the second drummer for Avail, actually, because there's an Avail before this incarnation of Avail. There's so many different versions of Avail. But yeah, I used to play the drums. I was a hair farmer. I had hair down like here. I'm just maniac, looked like a guy from the Muppets back there playing the drum. I actually got pretty good for a long time, but stopped playing. Yeah, so we play shows, and Bo was just like this riddling kid, running all over the place, shaved head, a few tattoos when nobody had tattoos. And he would run around the crowd and he'd kind of always perch next to me when I'd be playing the drums and make sure to break sticks and knock a piece of crap drum set over. He'd pick it up, and he was just always there. And he'd always like the few people who would be at the shows. He was always like doing sign language and spitting on them, like sign language meaning like the lyrics to the songs, like making signs to him, joking around. But when I started singing, when Irk started playing drums, I stepped up, and he stepped up more. I mean, he was always all over the place, but he stepped up more and started doing like backing vocals more often. He was more in and out of the crowd.
I was a federal fugitive because I was a deserter from the military, and I was just like, fuck you guys, I'm your road. There's nothing you can do about it. And you gotta pay me $5 a show. So I kind of did that, and set up stuff, and then kind of just stand, kind of like perched down next to him, and he had super long hair and freaking out, and he could literally do this. And I would know exactly what he was doing, because that's what I did. And then when he moved up stage, I kind of didn't have to be like a drummer anymore. So I kind of, for the first couple of shows, I was behind the bass and just kind of goofing off, having a good time. And then slowly over time, it just kind of happened that I don't know, worst decision ever made.
And you haven't stopped moving up? You're usually in the middle of the pit.
Yeah. Actually, the last couple of years, because I worked with so many bumps, I can't really get out there as much, so.
The thing that's odd about Bo is, anyway, I've said it a million times, he's always been in the band in one way or another, but it got to the point after a number of years that if he, for some reason, if he wasn't at a show, it wasn't Avail. Like people would say, did you bring Bo with you? Like back then, because they always expected to see him causing a ruckus at the shows, just raising hell. He's just always been in the band, it's weird. But yeah, he stepped up more, started doing more vocals and whatnot when I came up front too. We grew up together, we've known each other since kindergarten. It's like a natural progression. Bo.
We're just kids, basically. I mean, we're just grown-up, gray, horse kids. And that's Avail shows are some of the only shows I can go out and dance and not get murdered at. So it just makes sense to do it that way.
So you also somewhat, I hate to use the word manage, but
you're a tour manager. I am the asshole. I'm a person that you walk into a club and I say, fuck it, I'm the jerk. I'm the one that screams about more.
Like, why are these fucking tables in front of the stage?
Yeah, I am that guy, and I do it all night fucking long. And a lot of times, like places like here, I've never dealt with these specific people before, so then they're just like, yeah, so when your guys go on, and then they see me playing, they're like, what the fuck? What is this guy doing? And then I go and settle with him, so it sucks. Being a tour manager is fucking hard.
But when these people that run the clubs see you get on stage and freak out for 45 minutes, do they fuck with you less afterwards?
Yeah, they do. There are very many good stories. The last time we played in Canada, I had to settle with the promoter with a knife and a bat. I opened up my knife, slammed it into the table, put my bat on the stage, and I was right next to me. I was like, "You try to fuck me? I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna kill you." I was like, whoa. I was like, "You don't know anything about the South, do you?" And I was like, "Good. I will fucking kill you if you try to fuck me with my shit." So it's my job, running over fucking contracts. I got to carry a fucking briefcase. I got a big thing from my computer for a big door. Somebody's got to do it, and we don't really feel like paying someone $500 or $600 a week to do it.
And on your list of duties every night is rock out somewhere in the middle?
No, that's actually secondary. On the list of duties, it's ridiculous.
show at the bottom of the hill when you did your live album.
Oh God!
And your family from Richmond was the front row chorus.
Yep. What a trip that was too when we did that live record. There was two people, Richard the roadie from here, and Joe, and I think it might have just been Richard and Joe, were responsible for that being recorded. They didn't tell nobody. So, because they didn't want us to go on stage and be like, we're recording a live record. Let's, like this kind of thing. I love that record because that was what we played that night and how we played it.
When you guys did that song with Hot Water Music.
Which
my
one?
God, the end of that song where it just broke down to the drums.
You know what that is? That was just like a party. Wait, who did that? I didn't play on that end part. That was like Irk.
But you were singing.
Big Shirley, yeah. Like I came in and did the vocals. That was funny because they called me up. We have been in and out of the studio because they were recording in Richmond. Everybody's going over there and drinking and whatnot. And they call me up and they're like, hey, we need you to sing on this part. I'm like, all right. And I get there and Chris is like, okay, here's the part. And I'm reading the lyrics. I'm like, oh, it's a fucking good song, man. I'm reading the lyrics, listening. Mark Miley's producing, engineering. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. He's like, now, here's where you come in. I'm like, lyrics just ran out. What am I doing? He's like, oh, no, you have to write the lyrics, too. I was like, oh, shit. And I went out in their van, get some quiet time, jotted shit down, listened to it over and over. Went in there and improvised that shit, just knocked it out. Actually, you know what? I did it. I improvised it. And we were like, oh, that's perfect. I went home, walked the dog. Mark Miley calls up. He's like, you're going to kill me. I just recorded over what you just did. So we relearned it. I did it again.
What is your almost your fascination with the South? Like, there's so much pride there. Dixie, the cover of the album, the lyrics.
Yeah, the cover, my little doodle that I drew on a desk one day. Everybody has tattooed on them now. I have a fascination with the South because I have a fascination with the Civil War, and we lost. And anybody who gets beat up never gets over it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the beginning of it. But if you take it musically, the point that I was trying to make, as I've been saying to people, like, what the hell is wrong with us having music that is similar to our geographic location? I was like, I think what's happening in the Southeast is that people are finally starting to recognize bands, and we're coming from our roots music. Punk is 3 chords, bluegrass is 3 chords, country's 3 chords, and you go right through it. It's like Strike Anywhere has that vibe, Avail has that vibe, Sixer has that vibe. I think finally people in the Southeast are saying, you know what, we like the music that we grew up listening to. We're not going to pretend that we hate country anymore. and we're actually playing it. And that's evident in Avail stuff, and it always has been. Maybe more so now, never. Like, new records got a 45-second slide guitar intro on a song. We have a part we don't know what to do with. We got this huge intro to a song, West Y, and we're like, let's call Matt from Corn Tooth up, buy him a bottle of vodka and see if he'll do some slide guitar. And he shows up. In one take, and we're like, oh my God, here's your vodka.
Nice.
Good job.
When did you start hopping freight trains?
Probably.
What was your first freight train experience?
Well, as a kid, I would always, by my grandparents' house, I'd always sit at the train tracks, waiting for trains. I realized this in retrospect. Like, I was mildly obsessed with them. And there's trains all over Virginia. I guess it was in '93. I'd been reading too much Woody Guthrie, stuff on Woody Guthrie, and listening to too much bluegrass and country where, like, every friggin' song's about some guy who gets a broken heart and jumps on a freight train and runs away. And I was like, I don't do this stuff no more. And a buddy of mine who lives up in a trailer park in Salisbury, Maryland, was staying with me. And I was talking about how I was interested in trying to climb on one of these trains and leave, but I didn't think people did it no more. And he was like, yeah, they do. My uncle taught me how to ride. And he took me out on my first trip. I think that was '93, late '93. Might have been '94. I can't stop doing it though. I have one of those problems. I'm gonna be that guy on, bumming change on the street with the big beard and the camo pants on, with alcohol in my breath. It's gonna happen sooner or later. I don't know. Those freight trains. You can't sleep at night when you hear them blowing. And I live 1 block from the river, the James River in Richmond, and the freight train tracks are right next to my house. So the James River subdivision runs east and west, 1/4 mile from my house. About 3 miles down, 2 miles down is the main north and south line that runs over the James River. And then there's another one to the east. So,
Over the James.
over the James.
You were taking Bo on a
No,
train
he
ride?
won't go. He won't go. Took Gwamper out. He was having some hard times and was like, let's go, let's hop a freight train now. He hated it. Hated every second of it. It was a heat wave. It was about 105 degrees out the whole time. He hated it. I told him he hated it though because we were hopping north out of North Carolina. We're in a wood floor boxcar. It is literally 105 degrees outside. That thing's like an oven. So it's friggin', 135 in the damn thing. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun's right on top of us. He drinks a flask of whiskey and 2 24s of Budweiser. I was like, how the hell are you gonna do that? No wonder you hate this. I drank 2 of these things of water and didn't even piss once. He's like, that's how fucking hot it was. Good old.
What do you think of the intertwined relationship of Avail and their fans in the live set?
It's essential. Like, I don't know
just
how.
happened from the first show because people.
It's
freak
always
out over
been like that. I don't know how it happened. That's like the most important part of Avail. People always say that Avail is an amazing live band. It is about this much Avail, and it's this much the people who come to the fucking shows. It's like that is the complete truth. Avail, man, you guys are the best band live ever. Like, it didn't strike me until watching this video a while ago. I was like, we suck. Look at all those people. You know what I mean? Look at those people. They're having fun. We totally feed off that. And I don't know how it all works. It's always been like that. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. I have no idea. But it's like one big band.